Hello, hello, hello everyone. We are back with more Kirby and the Forgotten Land, plus Star-Crossed World Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, or whatever it's called now. We did not get very far last time. That's mostly because I was playing Hollow Knight before we started. So hopefully we can make more progress today. Speaking of Hollow Knight, I've been making some real good progress. I don't want to spoil things for people who haven't played the game, but I'm having a good time. Some bosses have been hard, but I have been able to beat everything that I've fought within a few tries. Almost everything. There was one like mini boss that took me more than a few tries, but other than that, I've been doing okay in Hollow Knight. I just got the double jump, and I went back to Dirtmouth and was going to cut through the crossroads to get to the little grub guys when the name changed, and I was not expecting that. This takes a bit to get into, like, Dark Souls. When I am able to, I'm actually very tempted to play Dark Souls. I have been, like, against playing the game for the longest time, because I thought I wouldn't like it. Or, how was he on? Or I thought it wouldn't be for me, or whatever. But after playing Tunic, Hollow Knight, and some Kingsfield-like games, like Fly Knight and what was it? Lunacid. I am way more interested in playing the first Dark Souls now. Now, I can't guarantee I'll play the whole Soulsborne games. I really don't want to play Demon Souls. That is one that I'm not interested in. But I do want to at least play the original Dark Souls and probably Bloodborne. I forgot Crash was on this. Yeah, Kingsfield is FromSoft. Speaking of, I'm actually hoping to get Kingsfield for the Ancient City for PS2 by the new year. Aside from Armored Core, FromSoft actually made a lot of games that aren't Dark Souls. A lot of games that predate Dark Souls and Demon Souls. And because of the Soulsborne games, those games are a lot more expensive now. Because everybody's trying to get into them and play the early games of what is now one of the most respected Japanese game developers. Prior to that, they were more niche. Probably a way to raise or lower that. That's how. Gotcha. Presidential Mech Combat Simulator. Is that Armored Core, or are you referring to Wolf Metal Chaos DX? Because I have that. Someone bought me that a few years ago. And I am probably going to wind up streaming it. It's like Metal Wolf Chaos DX or something like that. Oh, takoyaki. Except I don't know if I can even eat takoyaki, because the last couple times I had it, it really upset my stomach. And I wasn't able to figure out if it was because it had been sitting out for a bit, or if it was something to do with the takoyaki itself. So the next time we go to Kura Sushi, I need to consider getting the takoyaki. So I can see if it upsets me. Someone who remember a group trying to petition Dark Souls being called a Western RPG. Well, if you look up the history of the term JRPG, you'll actually find that the term is a negative term. There is a reason a lot of Japanese developers and publishers don't like the term Japanese RPG. Because the reason it was called that was because the Western gaming press and a lot of Westerners in general thought JRPGs were too weird. And so they wanted to separate JRPGs from the true RPGs, the Western ones. It's actually really fucked up. Because I don't know about the 90s, but at least in the 2000s, the early 2000s, the general gaming press was just really hostile to anything Japanese. So I had to get up to grab food right after posting that message. Ah. Yeah, I was asking if you meant Armored Core or Metal Wolf Chaos DX. Because I've never played either, but someone described Metal Wolf Chaos to me. And I think that's basically Metal Wolf Chaos? I don't remember. It's been a while since we ever talked about it. Yeah, Metal Wolf. Metal Wolf something. I said I was going to be streaming it at some point. Because I have the game. Oh, flat tube. Armored core is almost always mercenary pilots. Certain Western devs are trying to name their RPGs JRPGs. Alright. Scale the Cement Summit. Drill treasure. Dig and destroy. Drill trial. Get drilled, idiot. My throat. Was already hydrating. I'm counting that. I'm not sure what killed the other one. Excuse you? Excuse me? Damn. Oh, it's a good thing I'm not going for 100%. I shake my head back and forth as if you guys can see it. So chat. Video games. Tomorrow is video games. But I will not be watching. Mostly because I'm going to be streaming at the time, but also because Jeff Kiley can fucking suck it. I'm not gonna fault anyone for watching the Game Awards, honestly. But, like, I'm not watching it. I'll just watch the trailers on YouTube. 3 games that use Gen AI during development were nominated at the Game Awards. And one of them was Arc Raiders, which has Gen AI in the final product. So they don't even get the excuse of, oh, it was only a placeholder, oh, it was supposed to be removed. They actually just left in AI voice acting, and it's a core feature of the game. And then there's the Alters, which had a huge controversy because a lot of the translation work was done by Gen AI, and they actually left the prompts in because of how sloppy the whole translation was. I think the German localization was one of the more problematic ones. And then the other one that most people don't know about is Clair Obscur, which had an AI-generated newspaper clipping in the game that was removed. And while I think it's unclear if they generated it themselves, they were using it as a placeholder asset, which doesn't really make them look good if they knew it was Gen AI. The other problem is they kind of gave a vague non-statement about it being included in the first place. And it's like they didn't care that it was Gen AI, which also doesn't look good for them. This is going the whole thing that even if they did remove it, and it was only ever a placeholder, removing it doesn't unfuck the environment, restore the energy used, or unplagiarize the art. Like, there are towns in the US where people don't have clean drinking water because of Gen AI data centers. I said this here before, but some Armored Core games have designs by Shoji Kawamori, creator of the Macross anime. It's always inspired Transformers, and contributor to a wild array of other games and shows. Huh, I didn't know that. I did not realize that Transformers was inspired by something Japanese. I know there were some Japanese Transformers cartoons. I didn't realize that it was inspired by something from Japan. That's cool, though. I don't really know my Transformers lore. I was never, like, a huge Transformers kid growing up. I did have some of the toys. My favorite Transformers show, though, was it Transformers Animated. That one was really good. I remember liking that a lot when I was in grade school. That one also had Weird Al Yankovic as a guest star at one point, voicing the character Wreck-Gar, who in one of the Gen 1 Transformers movies was a character that had Weird Al's Dare to Be Stupid playing when he was introduced. So Weird Al voicing him in Transformers Animated is a reference to that. You only know because of Kawamori. Transformers was created by a Japanese company originally. Really? I thought it was Hasbro. Huh. Like I said, I don't know my Transformers history. I wonder if this game has a shoot-'em-up segment like some Kirby games do. Whoever designed this did not invert the flight controls. Hate it when games don't do that. Flight controls are supposed to be inverted. Man, remember when Ice and Freeze were two different abilities? Transformers was created by Hasbro and Takara Tomy, a Japanese toy company. Many of Shoji Kawamori's Diaclone mech toys were incorporated into the Gen 1 line of Transformers. Huh. Interesting. Is there a current Transformers cartoon? Or do they not make any more? Or is there no, like, current gen of Transformers? I know there's the fucking Michael Bay movies, which somehow won't die. For what it's worth, by the way, the Ghost in the Shell anime had some guns and machines designed by Kawamori. God damn, I need to watch that. Up and over, across Spike Road. Transformers Cyber World is the current show. It's a web series started airing in July this year, actually. Huh. Interesting that it's a web series. Fling, twirl, return. Hit the switches. I like how Kirby's hat for this has eyes. Ow. There we go. Yeah, thinking about it, we need to go back to Kurasushi anyways, because they're doing Kirby stuff. They have a promotion with Nintendo again. I like Kura. Alright, you did that one. Ah. Fast flowing waterworks. That's what they call me when I'm depressed. I don't know if I like that joke, now that I've said it out loud. Give me swad. No, Kirby's little inner tube. Alright. So, chat. Every now and then, a few years back, I don't think they do this as much anymore. Well, I also haven't been following Go Nintendo as closely, so I don't hear about it as much anymore. But either Nintendo or Famitsu, I forget which, in Japan would run polls to see what everybody's favorite characters were. And the top 3 characters that would win all the time were Kirby, Animal Crossing's Isabelle, and Sans from Undertale. So, Japan really likes Undertale. So chat, what's your favorite Nintendo character? Curious. I'd actually have to think about mine. I mean, there's a lot of Nintendo games. I think, though, it would probably be a tie between Rosalina from Mario and Midna from Twilight Princess. Oh yeah, I gotta be evolving my abilities. Probably Link or Samus. You have like all of Fire Emblem and Xenoblade to pick from, and you pick Link and Samus. Okay, no, Samus is actually pretty awesome. I'll say that. Link is cool and all, but he's always seemed like a fairly bland character for the most part. I was not paying attention. I know who my least favorite Nintendo character is, and that's Louie from Pikmin. Okay. Well, okay, no, Louie's not my least favorite. I don't hate Louie because he's a bad character. I hate him because in canon, he sucks. Like, Louis is a horrible, horrible person. And you would know this if you've played Pikmin 3. And to an extent, Pikmin 4. Well, no, you would know it if you played Pikmin 4. But mostly Pikmin 3. Oops. Why did I just walk into that? What's wrong with me? I'm gonna keep this thing in never-ending ceaseless never mind. Alright, what about your favorite video game character in general? Because that question, for me at least, is super easy. It's Captain Gravity Rush. So Foxcast is probably up there, to be honest, though. Attractions aside, they were a big part of me being into furry stuff. So, what made me a furry was a combination of everything that I was exposed to when I was a kid. It's like, growing up, I liked Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry, Sonic the Hedgehog, Sly Cooper, Spyro the Dragon, Klonoa. There was another one. And Star Fox. I don't think I said Star Fox. So, like, I have been surrounded by furries all my life, and most of my favorite stuff as a kid involved furries. So, it would have been more surprising if I didn't become a furry. I just didn't know what the fandom... I didn't know the fandom existed until, like, 2009? I think? So, 2009 or 2010? That's when I first learned what furries were. And calling myself a furry was just natural because, I mean, I do like anthropomorphic animals. I do think it makes for more interesting stories. I think they are, overall, more interesting looking characters than humans. I want to be a hot dragon man. And then when I found out about VTubers, almost exactly a decade later, actually, because, well, no, it wasn't 2020 when I first learned. It was what was it? 2021 was when I watched my first VTuber. Yeah, 2021. Because the big VTuber boom, the big VTuber boom was 2020 because everybody was indoors. And VTubing had really taken off in Japan. And some people started trying to do it outside of Japan. That led to Hololive and Ichisanji and other companies having their American branches and then the formation of Bishojo. And then as VTube Studio and other VTubing programs became made available in English, it just opened it up even further. And I knew that furry VTubers probably existed. And I found my first one. Her name is Titania, also known as Warning Black Dog. She's a Korean VTuber. And through her, I found Cat Volts. And Cat, her community, was so kind and unashamedly queer that I felt comfortable enough to chat in her community. It was the first stream that I really chatted in. And through her and her community, I met so many other VTubers. And then a year later, I decided to take the plunge myself and start VTubing in 2022. And now there's some streamers and VTubers that I would consider some of my closest friends. Like Kohai, Seika, Zeri, Nuri. I mean, even Kat considers me a friend. I still can't get over that. Every time I see her play something on Steam, I get jump scared. Light 'em up. Rolf A even harder though. Alex Mercer from Prototype and Isaac Clarke from Dead Space come to mind. I need to play Prototype. I have it. Unfortunately, I can't stream it because of the Microsoft boycott, but I can at least play it off stream. I need to play Prototype and Infamous. Oh. I wasn't looking. Let's go get those blueprints settled. Ooh, a restaurant. Chain bomb. Didn't realize it could go that far. So this ability upgrade is my favorite in the game for one reason and one reason only, and you will all understand if you have played Kirby 64. because Kirby 64 was a game that let you combine abilities in order to make new abilities. And you could also combine an ability with itself to make it more powerful. So for example, with Cutter and Cutter, Kirby would throw a chunk of himself as a cutter. For Ice and Ice, I think you would turn into a snowball. For Needle and Needle, you got this. Clutter Needle. And it's back in Kirby and the Forgotten Land, where it's just a bunch of random pointy junk. And just like Clutter Needle in Kirby and the Forgotten Land, one of the objects is a spring, one is a cactus, and one is a bee stinger. Unlike in that game, though, you can actually throw some junk off that also deals some damage. Now, unfortunately, there is a third tier that is higher than Clutter Needle. So it's not the final tier. Every copy ability, or most copy abilities, have 3 tiers: the base and then 2 extra ones. Crash and Sleep only have 2 tiers, and then if I remember correctly, Hammer and Sword have an extra tier. Yeah, let's play this for a moment. This is cute. It's Diner Dash, but it's Kirby. Yeah, for me, my overall favorite video game character is very easy because it was and will always be Cat from Gravity Rush. If I'm only counting Nintendo or any other company, it might be a little harder. There are a total of 4 items on the menu, but I'm just going to do the quick gig. The easy gig, because we don't need to spend too much time on that. If I was trying to 100% this, I would, but I don't need to do that. If I already 100% it, I don't need to do it again. If I remember correctly, a shop opens up at some point, but I think it's on the 2nd floor. Alright. The Tropical Terror. I like his shitty goatee. Tropic Woods. And Kirby really hates trees. Noble Ranger. At some point I'll play Gravity Rush for you guys. I've been wanting to replay it anyways. Sony is supposedly working on a Gravity Rush movie, and we've seen some test footage of it, and it looks... It doesn't look good. There's also a rumor that there's going to be a Gravity Rush 2 remaster for PS5. Which I kind of doubt because Sony doesn't seem to like acknowledging their Japanese games anymore. But maybe it'll happen. What I really want is Gravity Rush 2 on PC, so I can play it on my Steam Deck. Alternatively, Gravity Rush 1 or 2, or both, on Switch 2 would be really nice, since Sony has already licensed out some of their Japanese IPs to Namco. It's possible. It is certainly possible. That was a yawn, by the way. that really all there is? 2? Yes, it is. Ringmouth treasure. With gusto, turn the windmills. That was another yawn. Pipe mouth treasure. I didn't see what that said. Olin jump something. Pipe ramp path. Ow. Well. Alright, here we go. Welcome to Wandaria. As soon as I get something out of my eyes. Okay, I'm good. I'm Gucci. I'm Gucci in the coochie. Alright. Popcorn. Yeah, I forget if there's 4 or 5 of these little guys. There's 5. Duckies. Oh, Bubker. Okay, that part does hurt me. Hammer. Hammer. Meat. Macaron. Yeah. Ow. No. We're gonna try that again. Oh, how quickly he moves, or tilts. Chocolate. Fries. Yummy. Yummers. Not sure, but I think that was a mochi donut. Ow. Got it. There's a chain that I heard of called Mochi Nut, which sells mochi donuts, but the one that Zuno and I were going to go to ended up closing, so we never got to go there. They sold mochi donuts and boba. I really wanted to go to the one downtown, but they fucking closed before I had my chance. Sag. I just wanted to use Clutter Needle just a little bit. Hammer is the better ability. I'm not sure I want to eat the food coming out of that mud stuff. So this game is the closest we've ever gotten to the water copy ability from Kirby Right Back At Ya being a real thing. Because in Kirby Right Back At Ya, the anime, most of the copy abilities are from the games. I don't remember what all copy abilities are in the whole series, but I do know there was one episode that had a water copy ability, which definitely isn't from any of the games. This is pretty close. Oh, popcorn. Toy hammer. All right. It's a sign. Cool. If I ever go to Japan, I want to go to the Kirby Cafe. It's still open by then. Probably will, but I can't imagine Kirby's popularity is going to diminish anytime soon. I want the Kirby burger. Oh dear. Aggressively Floof, thank you for the raid. Oh my goodness. Welcome on in.
Thank you.
And Strongpaw, thank you for the follow. Oh my goodness, what were you streaming? Art. Ooh, I hope you were having fun with art. You know, Seika, I was going to ask how they found me, but I think I have my answer now. Thank you. And Toxic Waste 613, thank you for the follow. Also, hi Azum. I don't believe we've met, but I know you from Seika streams. Nah, couldn't possibly have been you. Is this gonna be default needle or clothing needle? This is default needle. I hope you all had a good stream, had some quality, productive art time, and if you didn't, that's still fine. Sometimes I find just doodling random crap can improve the mood, even if I'm bad at even doing that. But either way, if you don't know who I am RogueSpyke, the one and only Dapper Dragon, and tonight I am playing Kirby in the Forgotten Land. We're trying to get through the base game so we can do the, what was it, Star-Crossed World content, because I bought that back in July, I think, and I never played it. Because I was going to stream it, and then I never had the time to stream it. So now I'm playing it. And streaming it. But we haven't gotten into that content yet. I actually have it available to me right now, but I want to do the base game first. Because I've been wanting to play the base game anyways. And it's kind of nice revisiting this, because this is one of the first games I streamed. Straight and running, because I gotta get some sleep for work tomorrow. That's fine. You do your after stream care and go eat. Circuit Speedway. Yes, your community is safe here. I promise I won't eat them. Also, hi Kenny. Hell yeah. What hold these nuts? Oh, look, chat. Look. He's sleeping. Look at him. He looks so peaceful. Ow. Bams. Yeah. I don't know why I keep getting these things. It's not like I'm gonna try to get them all. I already did it in my other save file. I'm not doing that again. Ah! What's here? Ooh. There we go. Shrimply, an issue of krill. Well, they probably wouldn't do the Kirby card because it wouldn't make sense for like half the cast. Well, most of the cast. But basically anyone who's not Kirby or Gooey. But this is technically stronger because this is upgraded. I've actually only got like one more major unlock left. Well, I've got two more major unlocks left in Kirby Air Riders because I found out the super secret character from the story mode actually has an alt color that you get by 100% of the checklist. So I guess I have that I need to do. So we have a gun? Yeah. He's got two, actually. Kirby has a gun in this game. They finally gave him one. Kirby. Barb. With the fucking berry thing from Triple Deluxe, he probably could. Forget what that was called. I need to play Kirby Triple Deluxe again. That one was pretty good. Honestly, there's only like two... Yeah, there's only like two Kirby games I just straight up don't like. I like basically every other mainline one I played. There's two I don't like, and there's a third that I don't mind as long as I'm not trying to 100% it. I don't like Star Allies because I think it's really boring. I don't like Dreamland 3 because it's sluggish and, it's sluggish and just not fun to play. It looks amazing, though. Yeah, the art style is really good, but I don't like actually playing the game. It's really, really slow compared to the others. And Dreamland 2 I like, but 100% in it was not fun. Also, good night, Azem. Kirby Robobot is supposed to be one of the best entries, and some people would actually say it is the best entry. I have never heard anyone say anything bad about Planet Robobot. Ah, finally, Sword Evolution. Cool. Yeah, almost everyone agrees Planet Robobot is one of the best entries, if not the single best one. I haven't played it, because I don't even own it. But my favorite, or my top three, in order from least to best, are Amazing Mirror, Forgotten Land, Kirby 64. Sorry, no, Kirby 64, Forgotten Land, Amazing Mirror. Amazing Mirror is my favorite. Love the 1DS game where you control multiple Kirbys. That would be Mass Attack, which I played a demo for, but I don't actually own. Seiko, when I was young, I would sometimes visit my aunt in Arizona. I would visit her with my grandparents. Because we would road trip that, we wouldn't fly out there. On the road trip, because it's a 2-day drive from Chicago to where my aunt lives. On day 2, after we stopped at a rest stop and rested, I played Squeak Squad from start to finish, and I 100%ed it in that entire car ride. I did not turn the game off at any point. It is painfully easy to 100%. I actually like Squeak Squad, but that might just be nostalgia. I have not played... I never played it again after that. I kind of replayed some levels to dick around with the extra copy ability you unlock, because you unlock Ghost, which lets you possess enemies and play as the enemies. But that was about it. It had some cool ideas, and expanded on the color options that Enemies in Mirror had. But from what I remember, from what I remember and what I have read after the fact, it is kind of just okay. It's not the best Kirby game, it's not the worst Kirby game. There are better ones and there are worse ones. Now, I will say, as far as me not liking Dreamland 3, I know that's kind of an unpopular opinion, because I know a bunch of people who really, really like Dreamland 3 and say it's one of the best entries. I don't see it, personally. I don't understand how it could be. I did not enjoy my time with it. I am tempted to stream it, though, and try to get a 100% playthrough with one of my friends. Because I have one friend who is also interested in retro games, so he's very easy to convince to play retro games with me. So eventually we're going to stream Squeak Squad. Not Squeak Squad, Dreamland 3. Superstar or Superstar Ultra. I think both games are really good and have their own merits. I don't like Ultra's new cutscenes. I think the new cutscenes look pretty terrible because they're not nearly as charming as the original cutscenes. Because they're pre-rendered CG cutscenes instead of being rendered in, through the game. But I like both. I think Superstar is one of the best SNES games, and I think Ultra is one of the best DS games. If I had to pick just one, though, I would rather play Ultra. Excuse you. Bastard. Whoops. Alright, Spike, stop being so reckless. I am incredibly reckless when I play Kirby games. Oh, my throat's really fucked up today. It was fine until I started streaming. Chat, are you guys fucking up my throat? Ow. Hey, hon. Babe. Babe, no. Please, no. Not in front of my chat. Oh. Unless I could see nostalgia affecting our thoughts of games. Well, the Wii U, sure, it was a terrible console, but I had fun with it. I don't think the Wii U is a terrible console, necessarily. It's just... Nintendo really marketed it poorly. Because so many people thought it was just a, add-on for the Wii. It actually had some good games. Like... Most of its best games are on Switch now, but it had some really good games, and it had the best versions at the time of Deus Ex Human Revolution, Batman Arkham City, and Rayman Legends. Like, legitimately, it had the best versions of them. Do I think they should have just skipped to the Switch? Yes. I think they would have been better. But the Wii U does have some merits. I mean, it's got one of my favorite RPGs, Xenoblade X. Which I haven't gotten for Switch yet. I need to get that. Line them up, toss and return. I mean, I was the world's biggest Wii U defender at the time, so I was defending it from people who would dog it on launch. Also, for those that have a Switch 2, fucking Wario World came out on it tonight. Actually, you know, more information, more than just that. Wario World came out on the GameCube app tonight, shortly after I went live. Actually, just after I went live. And on the 17th, which actually means the 16th, the Nintendo 64 app is getting Rayman 2 The Great Escape and Tonic Trouble, which means we're finally getting a game from a major Western publisher that wasn't originally a Nintendo published game. Like, the Rare games that we've gotten, which, yeah, it's Western publisher and Microsoft and all that, but at the time they were published by Nintendo. Some of them. The NES ones weren't. Spike is a wiener. I mean, wienered. Oh, you think you're so clever, don't you? You want fun? Wario show you fun. I didn't read what that said. Burn over the belts, conveyor dash. So, I have already streamed Tonic Trouble, so I will not be streaming it from the N64 app. And honestly, if I was going to stream Rayman 2, I probably wouldn't stream the N64 version. But, incidentally, I have been wanting to replay Rayman 2. So I'll probably wind up replaying that on Switch. When I get around to streaming Rayman 2, I'm going to stream the Dreamcast version, whenever I get that, and then eventually the PS2 version. I will be doing both. The PS2 version is a remake. There are so many versions of Rayman 2. When we get Super Smash Bros. Both on 64 and GameCube. Why the Dreamcast version? Because it's, aside from Rayman Revolution, it's the best version. Like, almost anyone will say the Dreamcast version of Rayman 2 is the best version. There is a reason to stream N64, PS1, and Dreamcast, because they're all basically different games. N64 is just, like, slightly worse than the PC version, but is otherwise identical. PS1 had English voice acting, rather than the Pig Latin that is in the other versions. And the Dreamcast version had a hub world, a completely redesigned hub world that was like, not really an island, but more island-shaped that you go around. And it has some extra levels. And then Rayman Revolution was a complete, total remake of the game for PS2. And then there's the DS version, which I've never actually seen gameplay of, which is supposed to be pretty bad. And then there's the 3DS version, which is a port of the Dreamcast version, which is also impossible to 100% because one of the trampolines doesn't work. Which means you can't get some of the lums. But I will be streaming Rayman Revolution. I'll be streaming... I want to do a Rayman series playthrough, which will include Rayman 1, Rayman 2 on Dreamcast, Revolution on PS2, Hoodlum Havoc on GameCube, Origins on Wii, and Legends on Switch. I will not be streaming any of the Raving Rabbids games. I don't even own them anymore. Also, Kendra, to answer your question about Smash, I heard somewhere that the reason why Smash doesn't get any merch, or rarely gets merch, is because that was one of the stipulations for making the game, was that they couldn't make merch based on it. There is some Smash merch, but very little. I don't have any proof, but I do wonder if that is the reason why we haven't seen any ports of the Smash games. So it may be that, it may be something else, it may just be they're not ready to release it, because the thing is, like, you don't want to release everything all at once, because that would overwhelm consumers. That's a lot of licensing to go through all at once, and a bunch of other reasons. Personally, I think they should be releasing games more often, but not necessarily, they shouldn't necessarily have done it all at once. I don't think that would have been the best option. Oh, I almost fell off. I do think we will get Smash at some point. I just can't say when. Not even Rabbids coding? What the fuck is Rabbids coding? Is that an actual game? Oh. So like what, do you just practice programming? Is that all? What do you do? Is it like Mario teaches typing? What even was it on? PC? Tries to teach coding using Rabbids. I feel like that would push people away from coding, not towards it, honestly. Honestly, it is pretty bewildering how Rabbids was even, or the Rabbids games are even popular, because I don't know anybody who actually likes them. And they made so many of them. Alright, time to shit myself. Alright. I am gonna get this little fella. I don't remember having trouble with this when I did it the last time I streamed it. Here you go, little feller. Oh! That was the man. Blame Wario for that one? No, you can blame Lizard Man for that one. For once, Wario was innocent. Hot dog. Ugh, my throat. Either way, I got 3 retro games to be playing within the next week. Oh, you cannot fool me. That is fake. Time to die. Oh! Eh. It does seem like that, Kendra. Beep boop bop, beep bop bop, beep beep boop bop, boop boop beep boop bop, beep bop bop, beep bop boop bop, boo. Oh, god damn it, if I'm gonna be playing fucking Tonic Trouble again, I have to do that one level over again. And I don't want to do that. I want to do the lava level. That sucked so badly. Ugh. When I could just not play it, but then it's just gonna sit there and not be played. So I gotta play it. Gotta do it, chat. Gotta. I mean, I might just wait a little bit before I play Tonic Trouble. I might have played a little bit and see how it is on the app. But like, I already streamed Tonic Trouble just barely half a year ago. Sometime in like July, I think. July or August. I mean, it only took me like 6 or 9 hours or something. I think I only streamed it 3 times. So it wouldn't take that long. Rayman 2 is what I'm more interested in, though, because I've been wanting to replay it, and this is a good enough of an excuse to replay it. No, the Han, that's, well, that is probably one of them, but she was talking about 3D World, which doesn't use the galaxy names. Oh, I misread your message. Okay, I was trying to think for a moment. Yeah, in 3D World and I think 3D Land, there are levels where... Well, in 3D Land, there are levels that, you jump and it flips the blocks, or the platforms. I do remember there was at least one in 3D World where it was to a beat, and I remember liking those worlds. I didn't play 3D World again. It's been too long. Came out before I started streaming, and I basically... Well, I didn't really 100% the game. I didn't do the final world. I didn't feel like getting everything to do that. Wouldn't mind playing it again. What I really want to replay is 3D Land, because I haven't played that in a long time. 3D Land isn't the best 3D Mario game, but it is really fun. I really don't think there's a bad 3D Mario game. I think all of them are good. I have issues with... I have issues with Sunshine. But I don't think it's a bad game. Also, Kendra, you are aging me by saying that. No, I thought I had a blueprint. I call Sunshine good, but flawed. I love and hate Sunshine. Like, I have a lot of nostalgia for Sunshine. And when Sunshine is good, it's really, really good. But it's got quite a few lows. Oh, of course I did, Kendra. I did that in 3D Land and I think 3D World, because you can do this. You can get the same effect in 3D World, but it only affects Mario and Luigi. Whoa! I didn't know I could go through that. So then is there a bad 2D Mario game? Super Mario Land. Mario Land is somehow both, like... Mario Land is somehow both stiff and slippery at the same time. I don't know. No, we're talking like 2D Mario platformers, son. Not the. Okay, you're doing it. Let's see how it is. No, I don't like I keep wanting to say the wrong thing. I don't like Super Mario Land very much. I don't know why I keep coming back to play it, because I replay it basically every year, sometimes even every couple of months. I don't know what keeps me coming back, because I don't actually like the game. Well, I would like to change my answer. I kind of forgot about Lost Levels. So, Super Mario Land sucks because, oh dear. It is a 2D Mario game that came out after Mario World and plays like one that came out before Mario World. Lost Levels sucks because the game is just oppressive. Like, it is mean. Okay, well I didn't actually play New Super Mario Bros. 2. I don't even own it. I never played it. I wanted to get it, I just never did. I've heard it's not very good. There's also New Super Mario Bros. U, which I didn't like that much, but I also never finished it. But I didn't finish Lost Levels either. Right, hun, but it's almost too difficult. Like, it's too difficult to be enjoyable for me. Because it's got things that I don't like dead ends, and I don't remember if it had leaps of faith, but it did have dead ends. So there were just parts of the game where if you went down, then you just had to wait for the timer to run out or quit the game. And that sucks. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't like New Super Mario Bros. 2. I need to play the original New Super Mario Bros. And the Wii one again. And I need to finish U Deluxe on Switch. I actually quit U Deluxe some time ago because I was bored. Mario Wonder was amazing. I adore Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and I would love to play it again. But I was bored when I played New Super Mario Bros. U. I think the original New Super Mario Bros. And Wii were fine. I actually think New Super Mario Bros. Wii is pretty good, actually. But then by 2 and then definitely by U, they just kind of... It just felt like they kind of went, oh fuck, we gotta make another 2D Mario, don't we? That's how it felt to me, at least. Oh dear. Really gonna have the fucking Bronto Burts guard it? Alright. Tornado upgrade. Let's go gambling. Ah, dang it. Ah, dang it. Ah, dang it. Ah, dang it. Fun fact, the Luigi minigames aren't even in the Korean version of the game at all. because in Korea you can't have gambling anything in I don't know if it's games in general or if it's specifically in children's games. So Nintendo had to just remove all of Luigi's mini games because even just a casino setting would have been a problem. Oh, it's because it was part of the new Super Mario Brothers series where it was based on that style, I guess. By the time they got to Super Mario Brothers Wonder, they were just doing something completely different. Because I'm pretty sure the new games all run on a modified version of the same engine. Could be wrong. Oh dear. Chat. Can you promise me to be normal about the next boss? I want everyone in chat to sign a waiver that they are going to be normal about this next boss. No? Well, use my content warning and you'll understand. I don't remember what this upgrade does. Something. Big ass sword. Swad. Is anyone normal? Probably someone, and they're probably really boring. Hi. Oh, yeah, I'm good. That felt weird. I don't know what that was, but that felt weird. Slash wisely, rope cutting quiz. It's a quiz, but I didn't study. Die. chat room, I'm getting a little hungry. I will be right back. I'm gonna have granola bar. I've been getting into those as much. I probably should. It's supposed to be healthy for me. So I will be right back. Just be a couple minutes. What's this about being in a cave? Excuse you, I do not live in a cave. I live in an arcade. It's cheaper. Oh, the fucking mummy enemies in Kirby 64. I forgot they were in this. Also, that might be from a different game. I don't know. It might actually be from Dreamland 3, funnily enough. Ow. I do not eat adventurers. I eat steak and tacos. And when I'm feeling really fancy, surf and turf. Depends on if lobster's in season. Is lobster ever out of season, actually, now that I've said that? Alright, chat, be normal. I don't want to call it Slobster's sake. I don't want to call it that. I'm going to be honest with you. Clover Lane. Chat. Got her. Hee hee. Now we got the upper floor. Then we can do the arena. Cool, gotcha. I don't want to do that until I have the shop open. Get the pencil drill. I didn't mean to go in here. It's bandana waddle day. I will want to do the arena at some point because there's a couple really good upgrades to get from it. Yeah, the observation tower will become important later. Ah yes, the natural upgrade from a drill to a pencil. I think the only ability we're missing is sleep, which I just never got. There is a sleep upgrade. I don't know why, but there is. Stupid thing shoots pencils. I also love that it's a pencil in one of those old style wind-up pencil sharpeners. We used to have one in the kitchen. We got rid of it a long time ago. Honestly, the problem with pencil sharpeners, both electric and manual, is no matter which one you use, you will eventually get something jammed in it. You shushed, Kendra. Shush. I mean, unless you want to be timed out, is that what you want? Do you want me to time you out? Because I can do that. Alright, just checking. I hate that I see that and I immediately smirk. What is wrong with me? It's like, I think Frank has ruined us. Because no one here is going to get that except for you and me. Because you just had to be there, and even then, one of the people involved doesn't understand why it's funny. Light bulb. I'm so full of light bulbs, yum. I should make a hot dog. We have hot dog stuff. I need to make a hot dog. I'm gonna make a hot dog. Not tonight. Ow. There we go. I mean, Kendra, neither have I. I don't really eat gas station food. I guess 7-Eleven isn't really a gas station. Usually near gas stations, though. I think. Because I make my hot dogs myself. I've never had a 7-Eleven hot dog, and I've never had a Costco hot dog. But, like, I live in Chicago. So why would I? Can't do that yet. I don't have the Mennonite sword. You have time for maybe 1 or 2 more levels. Well, it's not just that, it probably just, like, actually tears apart your stomach. I wouldn't trust most gas stations with quality food. If you really want to hurt yourself, have gas station sushi. Chat. London has fallen. Ow. There is no Santa Claus, there is no Easter Bunny, and there is no Queen of England. Well, I mean, it would have been correct eventually. Not like that, mind-blowing. No one lives forever. She did live, like, an awfully long time, though. I don't remember how old she was when she died, but she lived fucking forever, man. I think the funniest tribute to her is from the Peppa Pig game. Because of the bit where Peppa is just playing with the Queen of England. And then when you're done with that segment, it just suddenly cuts to In Memory of Queen Elizabeth. I didn't play the game, but I saw clips of it. You would have to pay me a decent amount of money to play a Peppa Pig game. Like, I would be owed something for that. So, the funny thing is, Kendra, is that most of the time when I see someone talk about Simpsons predicting stuff, a lot of it actually gets debunked, or is just straight up incorrect. The Simpsons actually doesn't predict a lot of what people say it does. Or maybe I'm just seeing the times where it didn't. What The Simpsons did definitely predict, though, was Donald Trump being president and Disney buying Fox. Because there was a gag in an episode that took place in the future that said 20th Century Fox, now part of the Disney Corporation. And that happened. And in a different episode, it showed the future where Lisa Simpson became president, and she had to clean up the mess of former President Donald Trump, which at the time he had not run for office. Let me rephrase that, had not successfully run for office, because he did actually run for office at least one other time before he became president back in 2016. Don't think that prediction started in The Simpsons. No, it was probably playing off a joke that they had already made. That's the thing, is that a lot of the times, the jokes that they make in The Simpsons are things that have already happened. Where that context is just lost over time. Much we're talking hypothetically. At least a couple $1,000s. I am not cheap. At least a couple $1,000s. I would have to suffer through that game. I am not doing that for free. Or for cheap. I know how much I'm worth. The Bluey game, maybe, because Bluey is at least tolerable from what I've heard. I have never watched Bluey. I have a friend who loves. I have a friend who loves Bluey, and one of my girlfriends likes Bluey. I don't know if. Ow. I don't know if she still likes it, but she at least liked it enough to tell me about the show a couple times. I don't know how much of that was her watching it on her own or her watching it with her cousin. Yeah, the friend I met up with, who was in town for MFF, was wearing a Bluey hoodie when we met up. And I forgot to tell them this, but when I got on the bus home, there was a girl with a giant Bluey plush on the bus. I don't know the characters well enough to say who it was, but I think it was either Bluey or Bandit. It was one of the blue dogs, so it was either Bluey or Bandit, I think. Isn't Bandit the dad? I thought the dad was blue. Like I said, I've never seen the show, so I don't really know the cast that well. I fucked up. Oh, there's a blue parent and a blue child, and there's a tan parent and a tan child. Because I think the other child is Bingo. I just don't know if Bandit is the dad. And I don't even know the mom's name. Now, the mom has to have a name. Because I'm pretty sure the dad is Bandit. Wanted posters. Yeah, I don't... The mom is Chili. Evelyn! Maybe I'll watch Bluey at some point. I don't know. I don't really watch TV anymore, and I don't really watch cartoons anymore. Not because I don't want to. I just don't. I'm too busy. Got things I want to do and things I need to do. And things I should do that I'm not doing and things I shouldn't do that I'm doing anyways. We'll do these 2 treasure roads, and then I'll probably just end here. Castle Chain Bomb Trial. Well, maybe we'll do one more level. Yeah, we'll do one more level. Just let me get these 2 treasure roads. Ow. It's not really an addiction, it's more like trying to figure out how much time I have. The addiction is me being unable to stop playing Kirby Air Riders. That's the addiction. I can quit anytime. Well, the thing is, you can't really be addicted to video games. There was some push to add video game addiction to the list of mental disorders, and there was a lot of pushback by medical professionals that said that video game addiction isn't really a thing. Because it doesn't really meet the criteria. And in order to have an addiction, it needs to actually like get in the way of your life. If you are addicted to something, that means you are doing whatever that activity is instead of showering, brushing your teeth, eating, and sleeping. And while there are definitely some extreme cases where people would do that with video games, usually there's some other underlying factor, another reason why they're doing it. Similarly, there's actually stuff I read that says there's no such thing as sex addiction or porn addiction. And in fact, that's actually just Christian nonsense. Because most of the people who talk about porn addiction or sex addiction are or do have ties to Christian groups that are trying to ban porn and extramarital whatever. Because, like, in order to be addicted to something, it has to meet a very specific set of criteria, from what I understand. You can call yourself addicted, but, like, medically speaking, if it's not actually getting in the way of life and making your life actively worse, and you can't stop doing it despite that, because you either refuse to acknowledge or refuse to change, then it's not an addiction. Medically speaking, it's not an addiction. Well, no, there's a difference between the idea of a porn addiction and just watching too much porn. There's a difference. Porn addiction isn't a real thing. But watching too much isn't a good thing. But it's not because of an addiction. Yeah, we have time for one more level. Ah, nice. Alright. I might as well get this for completion. Actually, Kendra, we're in the UK right now. We're in London. London has subway stations? Yeah, they're actually quite famous. London has an entire series of subway tunnels. London has them, New York has them, Chicago has them. Pretty much a lot of big cities and more developed nations are gonna have them. Ow. Damn, that took a while. Coffee. Green tea. Coffee. Ow. Oh, I already have it. What this? Yeah, it looks like steak. Ooh. Steak. I never played COD. No, that's not true. I tried playing World at War and I tried playing Black Ops 2 and I didn't like either of them. The multiplayer was kind of okay, but I only played it with split screen. I didn't care for the campaigns of either game. And, as far as like playing the multiplayer with randoms, my idea of FPS multiplayer is Unreal Tournament. Well, I didn't like it. I didn't like what I played of it. I don't like military shooters. I think Bal and I had talked about playing one of the CODs on stream. I don't remember if he was joking about that or not. But with the Microsoft boycott, I wouldn't stream it anyways. No, they're all military shooters. Every COD is. In most of the games, at least in the Black Ops games in Modern Warfare, you're working for the US military. Like, you are a soldier. Or your special forces. Like, they're all military shooters. In fact, at least in one of them, they lie about an actual American war crime and blame it on the Russians. And the US military actually uses COD to recruit young, mostly young men. Like, actually, they will seek out people or kids who play COD and ask them if they want to join the military and do it for real. Yeah, I should keep this on me. Ow. Alright, that'll be it for tonight. Just cracking all my fingers. That's fine. I need to grab my GameCube controller. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, something is going down in Kohai's server, so I will have to take care of that in a moment. Alright. I'm gonna find us a raid target. Let's see here. Who's live? Oh, Aaron is streaming again, but he's streaming Yakuza Like a Dragon, and I think he's much further than me, so I can't raid him. Oh, no. Let's see. Oh, I never get to raid Minty. We're gonna raid Minty Mew. I never get to raid her. Minty is a good bean and a goober. She's been playing a lot of the Tomb Raider games. I'm not sure which one this is. But this is the remaster trilogy that came out some time ago. The first remaster trilogy. So, I'll be back tomorrow with some demos. We were supposed to do Earthbound, but Dennis is preparing for a move, and he decided it would be better if he did not if he was not on stream with me. So I will be on my own tomorrow streaming Hark the Ghoul and Queen's Domain. We're going to be playing 2 Kingsfield inspired games, or at least their demos. I've actually had the Hark the Ghoul demo installed for since the summer, since we finished Fly Night. In Queen's Domain, that demo just came out a few days ago, I think. So I'm really looking forward to it. Fly Night and Lunacid have made me very, very interested in games like Kingsfield. And Kingsfield was something I was already interested in to begin with. So yeah, we'll be doing that tomorrow. And when I come back next week, there's a chance we might not do Earthbound again on Thursday, on the 18th. Depending on how Dennis is feeling, because he is road tripping to his new house instead of flying there and having all his stuff delivered. So he's leaving on the 14th, and I don't remember when he said he'd actually get to his new house or apartment. I don't actually know. I think it's a house. He's going to have multiple roommates. So we'll see. But we'll be continuing Metroid Prime, Chibi Robo, Kirby, and Kirby next week, potentially Earthbound. So I just wanted you guys to know that. If we don't do Earthbound, I do have a backup plan. I'm probably going to fall back to one of my wheel spin streams that I've been wanting to do. It's either going to be pinball or stuff from Atari 50. So, look forward to that. It's probably going to be pinball. I'll just spin a wheel and play pinball tables. So, that is it for me. I'll see you all tomorrow. If you want to hang on after stream, I have a Discord. If you want to keep up with my bullshit and other updates, I have a Blue Sky. And if you ever miss a stream, I have a VOD channel on YouTube. If you want to get me something... I don't show my throne anymore. I didn't mean to actually say that. I don't know why I said that, because I haven't shelled it in months, but there it is, I guess. I hate asking for stuff. There's not really much on there because I didn't know what to add, but if you want to give me something... Christmas is coming up, I guess, even though I don't celebrate Christmas. Yeah. If you want to do that, I don't know why I just started that spiel, because I don't show the throne. Anyways, if you want to join in on the raid message is, as always, Dapper Dragon Raid. Thank you for the Luigi Lizaman. You can use whatever emotes you want as long as you copy the raid message. That's all I care about. And I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.